In the past few weeks, the crypto markets have been enjoying a modest recovery from their historic collapse earlier this year. Yet, some are saying that the biggest war in the history of the U.S. investment industry has only just begun, and the outcome will determine the future of the digital asset and crypto industry. Joining us is Rubicon Crypto CEO Greg Johnson to tell us what all this means. And Greg, it sounds like a very large battle is now brewing ahead.
You ain't kidding, Jeff. I have to tell you, I've never seen anything like this in my career in financial services. You have the SEC, the DOJ, the CFTC, all of Congress involved, and some of the largest crypto firms in the entire industry all gearing up for what looks like one of the biggest legal battles in the history of financial services. And it all started last month rather innocently enough. And there were a couple of bad actors working for Coinbase who were arrested for inappropriate trading behavior. It should have been a basic story. They were cooperating. And as a matter of fact, the DOJ actually lauded them for their cooperation and their transparency. There's also been this long-standing feud between the Securities and Exchange Commission and Coinbase about whether or not they were engaging in trading securities. In other words, the SEC has been maintaining that cryptos should be regulated as securities. And anybody that is trading them may be running afoul. Well, they used this opportunity to declare that 9 cryptos at Coinbase were actually securities. And this has stirred up the hornet's nest, and it's shaping up to be a royal rumble of sorts in the regulatory community. It is the biggest deal I've ever seen in my career.
So ultimately, why does all of this matter? How is it impactful?
It's impacting everything because first and foremost, it's all about jobs. It's all about money. The industry is a massive deal, and the stakes are incredibly high. It matters because the United States is the leader in the crypto and digital asset industry, just like we are in virtually every other space. And the lack of regulation, the lack of clarity, all this infighting, all of this back and forth doesn't exactly set a gold standard for doing business in the United States. And there are billions, and some would say trillions, at stake with all of this dispute. The good news, some would say, is that it's finally happening, ironically, because until the U.S. can get its house in order and regulate this industry with more clarity, and stop fighting amongst the different departments, it will never grow to scale as it will in other countries. And for all of us here locally, it matters in Georgia because, as we've talked about before, Georgia is really one of the states that's at the center of these emerging asset classes. We have much to be paying attention to as far as this issue is concerned.
Greg Johnson, the CEO of Rubicon Crypto, thank you. We appreciate the insight.
Thank you.